Yeah, hi there, Victor Pross here. Yeah, I just wanted to say a quick word about the non-aggression principle. Of course, in the voluntarist anarchist camp, it's a well-known, established principle. It is the ethic that voluntarists ascribe to, for which is the basis of their anarchism. So it's an ethical principle in which anarchists would say that it not only is to be practiced and adhered to as a basic ethical principle in the personal realm, in one's personal life, should also extend to the body politic. Rationality and logic and consistency calls for it. It's just there. It's not like in your personal life that you abide by non-aggression and you deal with others in a voluntary manner by mutual agreement for mutual benefit, or not to deal with others. This would basically be the non-aggression principle. But then to find yourself rushing into politics, catering to the system, giving legitimacy to it, to the government by voting, by being a professional lobbyist or mercantilist or whatever it is that you're using as a club over the heads of others in the realm of politics, just makes you a hypocrite, and you're inconsistent, and you are thereby not abiding by the non-aggression principle. So you can't sit there and say that, yes, I'm a person who does not believe in initiating force, I do not believe in harming others, I'm a good person, because I don't do that in my personal life. But there you are, catering to the system, giving it legitimacy, voting, taking all type of legislative, engaging in activities that's meant to increase predations upon your fellow citizens. Well, you're just a hypocrite. So that's all it comes down to, and just possibly irrational too, because you just can't see how one contradicts the other. So maybe you're just not too bright, but that's why volunteers are out there on the internet launching an idea war, so to speak, to use aggressive language. And the information is there. And if you understand the arguments, and you don't have to be a PhD in philosophy to understand it, it's all very clear. Once you understand the arguments and yet you consistently support and aid and abet and give moral and intellectual support to the coercive power of government, then you are A, irrational, B, a hypocrite, or C, both. The non-aggression principle is not a religious doctrine, it's an ethical principle. It is the foundation of a peaceful and cooperative and prosperous society. This is not utopian. It might be considered utopian to think that we could ever live in a world without war and violence. The anarchist does not necessarily believe that. What the anarchist is trying to advocate is not to centralize that type of coercion, not to give it an institution. That's all. People will always aggress against others. That's why, with the non-aggression principle, there is such a thing as retaliatory force to defend yourself. So we're not some kumbaya, campfire singing, Quaker, defanged type of angel dorks or something like that, sitting there thinking that, well, I don't believe in violence, so I'm not going to defend myself if somebody punches me in the face or tries to pass a law, my fellow citizens, slave-on-slave attack, by using the instrument of government as a coercive means against other peaceful citizens. Of course, self-defense, retaliatory force. So the non-aggression principle is against the initiation of force, but there will always be the initiation of force. The thing is, as I said, is not to institutionalize it or to cater and support, to enable institutions that do that. The non-aggression principle, as I say, insofar as it is practiced, brings cooperation, peace, prosperity, and happiness to mankind, where and when and to what extent it is practiced. This is not, as I say, utopian. It is an empirical fact that where you have non-aggression, you have a better world. Thank you. Pop goes the culture.